Say what?
Who's intern?
Man, shit. Yeah.
Actually, Tasha.
Yeah, that's the high seat, ain't it?
Yeah.
Ain't that what happens? Right?
When it's more than 3 niggas on at one time, I swear that's the motherfucking high seat. Whoever be in that seat always be on some like, they be like real like in the beginning animated, then by the end motherfucker be like, that nigga said, what? He said, who has the end piece? And he said, what? I got the one and only Adrian Younge, producer extraordinaire, and he brought with him Souls of motherfucking Mischief. My God. This is, I mean, is this, pinch me, man, is this for real, man? No matter of fact, I'm gonna smoke something to see if this shit is for real, man. Oh, it's real. Say what up to the world, y'all. What's going on?
What's up, Souls of Mischief?
What's happening?
High roll, baby.
So, what everybody want to know first and foremost from the Souls of Mischief, what have y'all been working on? Because you know, y'all Bay Area's finest, 1993, you know, when we was peaking, you know what I'm saying, at our peak. So, you know, the game has been wondering where have y'all been and what y'all been on?
Well, I mean, you know, we haven't stopped making music since then. We've been traveling. We started our independent label up there, and that's been going on for about 12, 13 years now. We've been going around the world, you know what I'm saying? We've been buying Snoop Dogg records, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, burning a lot of weed and stuff. But we got this new project that we're doing with this man right here, Adrian Younge, so.
How did y'all get with Adrian Younge? How did that combination come about? Because we know that it's happening, but what was it? Did y'all reach out to him and he reach out to y'all? What was it?
I was just like thumbing through Twitter feeds one day, and there was one that was like people who would want to work with Souls of Mischief, and I was just watching it, you know, feel, you know, humbled and flattered and stuff, and I seen his name pop up. And it was Adrian Younge, so I hit him back like, "Yo, you would want to work with Souls of Mischief?" He was like, "Hell yeah!" So nothing really happened out there. It was just a Twitter talk, and then a couple years later, we just reconnected, and a few weeks after that, here we go.
So Adrian, what about Souls of Mischief made you want to produce them? Because you know you're a very different kind of producer on your own style, and you do it like the way that they did it in the 50s and the 60s. What about their style made you want to put their voice to your music?
Why wouldn't I want to work with icons that I respect? You know, I mean, I love these dudes, and in '93 we had a lot of seminal albums drop. We had Doggy Style, we had '93 Till Infinity. You know, we had Wu-Tang drop. You know, I mean, there was so many things going on, and those are the moments in my life that were very pivotal as far as my involvement in the hip-hop culture. So with these dudes, I knew every word to their album, every single word, you know, and I always hoped that one day I'd be able to just know them as friends, just thank them for everything that they've given to hip-hop. And I wanted to revert back to a time where we could recreate some kind of nostalgia, but not in a way to rehash, a way to push forward, keep it progressive. So on that note, having a native tongue type feeling album with these kind of guys is something that I would always want. And it's like, I'm now a dude that could capture that moment and give it a new light. So for me, working with them was a no-brainer.
You don't go into a project and just make beats and be like, okay, y'all rap about whatever y'all want. You, and I'm telling you this from personally working with you, you are hands-on and you really produce. You're not a beat maker, you're a producer.
Yeah.
So what is the concept of this record?
Tell them about the incident.
Yeah, I mean, when we was first talking about the record, you know, Adrian, he's all about that conceptual style. He started just, you know, like asking us about real life experiences. What's some of the things that happened to y'all? You know what I mean? What was it like in '93 when y'all first came out? We was hanging out one night with some of the homies. Dante Ross was there. He signed Dell and a bunch of other people. That's our fam. Saphir was there. Domino was there. Domino was a producer for Souls of Mischief. Okay. That's like our homie that did a lot of stuff. He was the head of our independent label. Just dude just ran up on us pulling a ski mask over his face. Just put the gun right in Domino's face and just pulled the trigger. Bow. You know what I mean? Everybody kind of scattered. Just by the grace of God, somehow he turned his head or just missed him. It was like a miracle. It was a wild moment for us. You know what I mean? It's kind of like some hater just came out of the cut just to you know what I mean, do harm to us, even though we like peaceful people. Adrian was like, man, we need to build something around that. Like, that's a wild story, and you know, we could do. I could work with that, and then you know, we kind of like made the album based on a true story.
That's dope. That right there is cold-blooded. Like, hearing that story, it fucked me up, cause I done been there before, like on that kind of shit. So to hear that, and to know the concept that y'all went on the album, that's why I say, Adrian, you're a dope-ass producer, cause for you to draw from them to be like, okay, what do I gotta make this album about? Tell me some personal shit.
You know what's the fool though? It's like when you came in there and did your part, like you just sat with us for like just a couple minutes and like, well, that was it. Just knew exactly what the whole album needed at that point. Just like being bad, that's like some one take Jake. We was in there like,
he's a professional recording artist.
Yeah, that was a real deal right there though. That's what they don't know.
For niggas that don't know, if you into real music, not just hip hop, but music in general, you gotta get up on Adrian Younge. You gotta come to his experience, man. His studio is like, it made me feel like when I work with, who the fuck I work with, Sugarfoot. When I worked with Sugarfoot from the Ohio Players. Like, he was like, I need that old mic. He was like ordering.
Everything is old.
Yeah, he ordered everything old, and that nigga shit was just like that.
Yeah. The walls is old.
Nigga, that nigga shit is old, nigga. Sinatra old, nigga. Clear, man. What made you get into that style of producing as far as being original and not so digital? Because everybody's so caught up with the digital shit.
Well, you know, my thing is, I always tell people that I don't have anything against digital because I think it's great modern technology. But for what I do, it has nothing to do with using digital components. So what I do is I approach the music as a 90s hip hop producer, going back to the late 60s, early 70s, talking with those pioneers and telling them, make this music, but insert break here, insert break there. Make sure your drums are a little fatter, make sure your mid-range is up, and thicken the bass a little bit, and let's bring it to today. So that's how I approach the music from different eras. And also, I got into this music from being a hip-hop dude through what you guys were doing. Because every break that you've ever rapped over, I have all that vinyl, and I study that. Every break that y'all rapped over, I have all those breaks and I study that vinyl. And as you know, I got a record store, the Art Form Studio.
You cheating now.
Yeah. So like my whole life is based on every day listening to old records, and that's new music to me. I don't listen to any new music at all. Not to say that new music is garbage, but it has nothing to do with what I do. So to me, the sonics that classic hip hop provided us, all the source material, is what really inspired me to try to not only compose like they did, but try to use that type of sonic palette intertwined with that musicianship to make modern music now. Because if you think about it, cats like Dre, or even like A+, the man who made 93 Till Infinity Beat, like, if you really listen to that music, it's based on what they were doing in the late 60s, early 70s with a new twist at that time. Now it's 20 years later. Are we gonna just do 90s stuff? No. Are we gonna just do 70s stuff? Nah. We gotta make something fresh based on going through the generations to see and extracting the greatness out of it.
Well, all your projects got a serious feel to them. You package them right. You make. Remember the albums you signed for me? The one with Baby Girl on there looking like she was in the 70s?
And well, we brought something for you, man. This is
Oh, this nigga. See, this is what I love about this nigga's creative. He just he ain't gonna just put no album out. He gonna put out an album.
So check this out. Let me tell you something. So this was released last week this is Linear Labs. It's my new label, and everything about it is just hardware and analog for this type of music. I have not looked inside of this thing yet.
Yeah, he refused.
I'm dead serious. Like I've been signing records, I've been signing individual stuff. I wanted you to open it So that's why we brought this. Yeah, y'all look at it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and players of all ages, sizes, shapes, and colors, you're about to witness something you never thought you witnessed before.
Watch out for the light that's gonna shine when you
Well, that's
open
why I'm
it.
letting that theme music. That's
Yeah.
theme music right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, heavens to Murgatroyd. The single.
So that's the single that you're on.
I see my name.
Yes.
What?
Ali Shaheed did a remix. Man.
Cassette?
Cassette.
Lord have mercy. Jesus. Instrument. And you know I got a record player in my studio too. 1200.
The instrumental album is a whole different album, man. You listen to it, you can feel it, really feel the live feel of the album.
And that's a picture disc. No, it's a picture. Oh no, the picture disc is underage.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at this, man. Look at all of this hardware I was delivered, man.
Yeah.
Look what I was delivered. Deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory.
Oh man.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Look at all this stuff I've been given.
So in Youngstown, Ohio, it's a lot of youngsters. Everybody has under-boob sweat, just like me right now. And that's just what's going on right now. It's just a little bit wet. Everybody's gonna have a little bit under-boob sweat, bottom butt sweat, and in between crack sweat in Youngstown, Ohio. But I'm rocking my happy socks and they make me happy, so you need to get yours today.
Yeah, pulse up or get bossed on. Riding through the city, bitch, I be hella on. Gold teeth blingin' behind the smoke clouds. Real thoroughbreds keep me counting their wows. Cause I grew up on E40, he showed me what a captain was. And Two Show told me what a pimp does. And Cool Nut laced me up about jealousy. And Tupac told me how to ride on my enemies. The Forte brought me to the players.
For many years, I've always felt like painting was something that I wanted to do, but I just never had time to do it. Sometimes the music and my life don't explain exactly what I'm going through. So it's another piece to the puzzle. It's like a piece of Snoop that we can take with us forever. So tell me about the Molly's Dirty Water project.
Oh man, Molly's Dirty Water was it's a project that I did with my producing partner AG. Basically, it was a deviation from the normal hip hop I do with High Road. I mean, I'm a producer, so I produce all kind of different stuff. I'm a big EDM fan, so I wanted to do a EDM hybrid hip hop thing and kind of like, you know, step off my Souls of Mischief lane for a second and just, you know, get on some, you know, after party 4 in the morning, like, you know, that kind of shit. You know, 'cause like I said,
Let your head down, nigga. That's what you did.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Shaking my dreads a little bit, you know what I mean?
And I low-key like that EDM shit too. I can't even front. Nigga, I be in that motherfucker like.
That's when you know it's turn. That's when you know it's turn. When that shit come on, it's like, oh, okay, it's about to go down here.
You know, if you really think about it, in like the really early '80s, a lot of hip hop that was coming out was electronic music.
Mm-hmm.
The EDM don't stand for nothing but electronic music, you know, and all that Soul Silent Force stuff, Africa Bambaataa, that was all synthesized.
Niggas was learning how to use drum machines for the first time.
For real, right? The whole planet. When that song came, it was like a spaceship pulled up on the fucking block and dropped some music on motherfuckers, man.
Imagine that. Imagine a motherfucking song that could actually change the face of the game.
You got a few.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have a few. That's the point.
We have several.
That's the point.
That's cold. I mean, the whole world froze off Planet Rock, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got to give it up to Kraftwerk first, though. Kraftwerk was the originals, and then they got that from Kraftwerk.
You the musicologist.
There you go.
When you give us the history of where it came from, like you said, you got all of our breaks.
Right.
Like, nigga, I didn't even know some of that shit was break. I thought Dr. Dre made that shit up. And then the nigga got into, you know, when the nigga got into it, It was like, okay, that's from that old song.
Yeah.
I knew Something Freaky to You with
Right.
G-Thing,
Right.
because I heard that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mama and them used to play that record, so I knew what that was.
Right.
But a lot of other shit, I had never heard that, like Murder Was a Case.
Mm.
Doom, doom, that's Santana. Doom, That's Santana, nigga.
You know what? I didn't peep that though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Carlos Santana. Exactly. That nigga got that motherfucker from Santana. That nigga Santana hit me up one time. He was like, boy, I love the way you use my song. I'm like, nigga, I ain't never used that.
But I think one of the things, man, about you is, like, we in a me kind of society, you know what I'm saying? But this dude, he has a whole team that helps him out, and he'll be the first person to tell you. Like for instance, like Jack, I mean, you know, like if you ever see James Bond, and James Bond got M, and M will bring him in the room and say, this is the Aston Martin.
Exactly.
That's your M, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack got all the knowledge.
Let me just
all
interject on that
stuff.
right quick. Jack Watterson, you know Jack. Jack Watterson owns a music store called Feature Music, and it's a vintage music store in Highland Park. They sell just vintage instruments. And he was the first person that really took me under the wing to, and this is in the 90s, to show me what certain instruments or what certain pro audio equipment made certain sounds. So I would listen to Jackson 5 and I would bring it, this is like, talk about 97, 98. I would go to him and say, yo, what's this sound right here? And he's like, oh, that's a fuzz guitar through a tremolo. What's a tremolo? Oh, you could get this amp to do it, and then you could get this silver tone guitar to do that. And I was like, oh, so we just breaking down the science because sonics are chemistry. You're just pouring, you're just doing that. So he's right. You know, it's like some James Bond. Like I walk in, and Jack's like, okay, this is what I got today for you. And he's in my band, but he's also one of my closest friends in the world. So I have a team of people around me
Supplying you with that
yeah,
shit.
that help me and supply me. You know what I'm saying? And we just feed off
And
each
y'all
other.
draw from each other. That's what we do.
Hieroglyphics is just a bunch of us that lived in East Oakland since, like, some of us since elementary school, like first grade. I know this dude since first grade, and Dell and Casual. And we all grew up together in the same neighborhood in East Oakland. And basically hip hop was something we had in common. We just formed a crew. The first person to come out in Hieroglyphics was Dell the Funky Homo Sapien. He came out through his cousin Ice Cube, who was Ice Cube NWA.
Mr. Bob Dabalino.
Yeah. It went on. You tell some more of the story, because that shit long.
Yeah, I mean, well, we all originally had major label deals. It was kind of like this transition period was happening in hip hop where it started making so much money that labels were really going in the direction of, like, a gold album ain't even acceptable no more. You know what I mean? They was looking strictly for platinum hits, you know? And Hieroglyphics was more about cutting edge, kind of pushing the envelope, avant-garde hip hop. It wasn't necessarily about getting the radio hit or, you know, having the most popular song just with people that wasn't really into the culture of hip hop. You know what I mean? Because we studied it and came up on it. And we just had, like, we started to be at odds with the industry and our creativity. And we was young and stubborn and smart. So we was just like, you know, fuck the industry. We just gonna go independent. We was fortunate enough to have gone on these dope ass tours. Like, we was on tour with Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul for our first tour. And we touched a lot of people, went all over the world basically, you know. So we just decided, we gonna start our own label, and we launched that with doing it instead of doing a label and putting out like a Souls of Mischief album and all that first, and the Dell album first. First thing we did was all come together and do a Hyro record, you know what I mean? And that kind of like helped build the foundation for our label and solidify the symbol, you know what I mean, the Hyro symbol. From there goes into Hyro Day, which is a festival that we have in Oakland.
It's annual, it happens every year?
Yeah, every year. Well, actually, Hyro Day, 9/3, like 93, September 3rd, every year. So every September 3rd, blaze one, throw on your Hyro t-shirt.
Oh, that's what it's
You know,
about?
Hot 9-3.
I'm
you
late.
know?
Hold on, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so motherfucking sorry, man. I'm sorry. Y'all got please forgive me, brother. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, man. I didn't even mean to disrespect the holiday like that, man. Y'all forgive me, man. I'm a dollar short, a day late, and a blunt long. So y'all, please forgive me.
So,
Please forgive me.
So a fan basically said, you know, every September 3rd should be Hero Day, like 93. And Casual was like, we should actually throw a party. And it was on 2012, Hero Day landed on Labor Day. So we've been doing it on Labor Day until 9/3 falls on the weekend. So every year it's been on Labor Day. And it went from about 7,000 people the first time. It was a block party. Then last year it was about 12,000. This year it was 22,000. So
What?
3 stages, 30 bands. We had the Dunkers from the Warriors, face painting. You
So
know,
next year y'all gotta have
skateboard
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
For real though, right?
Hey, that'll kill it.
And y'all can pay me in weed.
You coming to the you coming to the land.
Yeah, y'all pay me in weed, man.
Yeah. The mayor was on stage rocking to incarcerated Scarfaces. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's when you know.
But how old is the mayor?
She's probably late 50s, early 60s.
Okay, so 20 years ago, how old was the mayor?
Late 40s. That's true. That's true.
Hello.
He's like, I know y'all little niggas.
Yeah. I fuck with y'all. I was telling my daughter not to listen to that shit. I fucked around and fell in love with it. You know what I mean? See, what I like is that how music is a universal language. When you travel the world and you do concerts in places where they don't even speak English, but the crowd singing all your songs.
Every single word.
And
Better than out here.
And then you bring a motherfucker backstage, right? You bring a motherfucker backstage, and then they can't speak English, right? And then you got one motherfucker back there that do speak English, and they tell you, I learned how to speak English listening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my album taught you how to speak
And the
English?
accent is good, though. That's the crazy part. You like, oh,
that's
shit, you
some other
speak
shit
well.
right
Yeah,
there to
yeah,
hear that.
Yeah.
What we understand now is that we're very influential. Like it used to be, when I was growing up, when you made a certain amount of money as a black man, you aspired to be white because you wanted to move into a nice house in a white neighborhood, and picket fence, you know, not worry about this criminal shit. But now, what I see is they get rich and want to be.
Not even black, though. They want to be niggas. That's what I'm saying. They want to go all the
the
way.
complete
Like, all the
360.
way. Like, yes, I woke up in a Bugatti, too.
Nigga.
Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Though? You know, like, they really go all the way.
That's the way the world, that's the way it's
That's
spin though. And we don't
wild.
ever even look at it like that.
I mean, we've been all over the world, fortunate. I mean, if it wasn't for hip hop, we wouldn't even be able to go to these places and be able to come back with this perspective, so.
I mean, you gotta go around the world, man, and see what life is like, man. Eat fruits from different parts of the world, sample cuisine meals, and sit up in 7-star hotels ordering porno flicks all day, you know what I mean? We ain't following no script in no motherfucking show. We just doing us, having a good time, chopping up some real game about the game, you know what I'm saying? My special guest today, Souls of Mischief, and the one and only Adrian Younge, and we just hanging out on the GGN doing what we do. Right now, I'm gonna go into this part of the show called Everyday People, AKA Real Nigga Shit. Anybody can answer the question that I ask. What's the first thing you do or think of when you wake up in the morning? Anybody?
Man, first thing I would think about is, I can't even lie, man, I'm a wake and bake dude, you know?
Oh, you
I
gotta
be
have a
trying to-
hit?
Man, I gotta burn something damn near as soon as I get up. Got to sit right on the nightstand, man, right next to me.
That nigga said nightstand, Half. That's what mom used to say. Can you go ahead and get that change off that nightstand? No, but that's what mom used to go get that change off that nightstand and go get me some. That nigga went old school with the nightstand. My nigga. Black or white?
Black.
How y'all gonna try to sound politically correct? I'll take the white one. Favorite drink?
Water.
Mango juice.
That nigga thought something was gonna magically appear. Mango juice. Quickly. Here, nigga.
What's the command?
Mango juice.
Now.
Shape of mango juice. What is your favorite hip hop group of all time?
Gangstar.
Group? Oh, De La Soul.
Run DMC.
Man, that's real tough.
I know.
It's real tough.
I know.
How am I answering it, dog?
Come on now, fuck that. I'm not answering shit.
I'll say my favorite of all time is Tribe Called Quest. My worst, though, the one I hated the most, Souls of Mischief. Hate them niggas.
Church, preach, tabernacle.